Chapter 5. Newspaper Jobs and Small Change, The Early Years of Work. William L. Buck Elementary was but a few houses away from where we lived. 1966 was a good year for me. My boss was Harry Hettick, my 6th grade teacher. Mr. Hettick paid me out of his little change purse. We all thought it odd for a man to have a small change purse. From way back, we heard that Mr. Hettick was a tough 6th grade teacher. There were many lady teachers at William L. Buck Elementary School, but Harry Hettick was only one of 2 men. Mr. Headache we called him, behind his back of course. We also called him Harry, when he was out of ear range. He frightened many of the troublemaking kids, including myself. Once in his class though, Harry was a very cool teacher. Harry was a religious man with a good heart. He was also my monthly paycheck. He would drink cups of tea, or soup all day, using one of those electric coil things that he would boil water with. He'd plug the thing into the wall outlet and dunk the coil on the other end into the water, until steaming hot. Miss Lily Stewart, the elderly, warm 5th grade teacher, was now one of my newspaper customers. As the main worker on Harry's in-house private newspaper route, there were but 5 to 6 subscribers. Lily Stewart gave a dime tip monthly also. She was also a favorite of mine. She seemed like a classic school teacher from yesteryear. With a first name like Lily, I figure she was from the South. Lily Stewart had a bit of a southern drawl. As I recall, she had a kind of grandmotherly presence. No one gave her any crap. Like Harry Headache, she was also tough on troublemakers. Mornings, the school janitor could hear the thud of my newspaper bundle as it dropped to the floor. With wire cutters the metal band would be snipped, freeing the newspapers onto the floor. The bundle would be dropped off out front, by a New York Times delivery truck. It was before school was even opened. I had the hallways to myself. Miss Stewart was always the first paper to be delivered, dropped in front of her closed classroom door. Around 7 and 8, it was before school started, and the rooms were dark, so were the halls. I had just a few customers, maybe 5 or 6, the bundle was not so big. Miss Moynihan, Forbes was my teacher in 4th grade. Forbes never ordered the paper, maybe she was cheap. She never liked me. She thought I was a thug and gave me bad grades in conduct. In 4th grade, Mom and Dad were very concerned about me, thinking I was troublesome. This teacher, Miss Moynihan Mrs. Forbes made me look bad. As it turns out, it was she that was a psycho. Yes, I was trouble, but this lady was a hump. Hey lady, I was just a kid and you were a very boring teacher. Hey, get with the program. I had no patience for her methods, and yes, I may have been a pain in the ass, but she should have been able to handle a 9-year-old. I must have been the real dick. If you are listening to this and you were in that class, let me know if I got it straight. Was not she a crap teacher? On occasion I had this heavy ruler that my dad given me, with a pen Debbie Valinsky neatly printed my name on the back. By putting it way out on the edge of the desk then twanged, there would be some boinging sounds produced. She confiscated it. What a hump, no sense of humor with that one. Idiots like her could turn good kids into juvenile delinquents.